Guys, we're going to be hunting with J&J Guide Service here in eastern Montana with a new ownership. Rich, the owner, he's got his son with him. They're both going to be guiding Jimmy and I, and we're looking for some big mature bucks, mule deer and whitetail both. Jimmy, look out. I'm going to get you on this one.
This is my second year out to this part of the country with J&J Guide Service, and I was able to take some really nice bucks. In fact, my wife, Lori, took her very first mule deer buck here just a few years ago.
That is a good deer.
That's a really, really nice deer.
We're gonna have to get up here just a little bit and get her on that pack.
When I first picked the glasses, I thought a small buck to the left. And then Jamie looked and said, Jim, there's a tank, a really big buck, a shooter. So we got her in the prone position. She laid in the snow right there.
Lori's right here.
I want him.
Go ahead and take him now. Squeeze through the trigger. Dead deer!
Guys, I just wanted to show you this deer. Look at him. He's magical. He's beautiful. Now, we're here at the beginning of November, and this deer's already rutted up. Look at his neck. It's really, really big. He's just spectacular. Babe, you did a great job.
So we're back this week again with firearms in hand, and even though I've got a whitetail and a mule deer tag, I'm going to be targeting the mule deer.
Welcome to Choose Your Weapon. This is a very special week. It's Thanksgiving week. The peak of the rut is here, and Jimmy and I are in eastern Montana. We're looking for some mule deer and some whitetail. So we get across this big flat and we're sneaking up to this timbered gully, and all of a sudden whitetails come boiling out of there like quail. And there's first thing I see is a small foghorn, then there's a small 4x, and then this doe busts out and there's a big heavy 4x4 right on her tail, another doe behind him. We got to get a shot at this deer. Couldn't get a shot at this deer. We just knew this deer is hot on this doe's trail, so we got a hot-footed across there and sneak into the timber, see if we can find him. Now, get rid of the pack, get rid of all the extra gear. Let's just go in stealth mode, see if we can find this big whitetail buck. And as we got to the edge of the timberline, I asked Richard to carry my pack, got rid of my glove. I mean, I have to be ready to go. Binoculars in one hand, rifle in the other, and we're in stealth mode, and we got to sneak in real slow, and we have to see any deer possible in here. Because if I can find that doe, that big buck's going to be with her. I just walked over the edge of that rim and looked, and I thought, there's no way that doe, if she's moving through here, she's going to keep the wind in her nose. So I made a hard left and I started sneaking again and glassing and trying to watch every little thing I can see. And after about 100 yards, sure enough, I caught a patch of brown movement, stopped, glassed, and I can see the doe, but I don't see the buck. I moved about another 10, 15 yards, moving really slow. I could look underneath a lot of the branches, and I see another deer, but I can't tell what it is. So I moved up where I could actually see it with a scope, and I could see tines and long tines. That's the big buck, but I don't have a shot. So now I have to move a little bit more, and I dropped down on my butt, got all settled in. He's out there about 125 yards. I got a nice opening shoot through, crosshairs on the shoulder, touched off that 300 Win Mag. When that bullet hit, I'm a happy camper.
Nice big whitetail buck. I think he's a big 8, 4x4. He's following his doe through here. I just put the smack down on him right here with the 300 Win Mag. Let's go up, take a look.
Big whitetail in the salt. Beautiful, beautiful Montana whitetail buck. Thank you very much.
Congratulations, excellent work.
Grabbed the binoculars, I looked off, and sure enough, I could see him. He didn't run in the timber draw where we had thought he had been. He had held up and was doing a little feeding in this little sagebrush draw, and that allowed us to get into position. I grabbed the gun, Danny gave me the range at 505, I went to turreting, and then the only rest I really had that I was extremely stable was on a big tree. And when I grab the gun like that and I'm focusing on the crosshairs, it's really go time. It's the time where you have to be able to aim, you have to be able to pay attention.
All right, dude, I got him. As soon as he stands.
If you grab the crosshairs and they're waddling too much for that distance, don't take the shot. Make that adrenaline come down, and then start softening up on the gun. Hold it lighter and lighter and lighter, and you'll watch those crosshairs start to settle. And then, one last breath, hold it, squeeze through it. I let that 7 STW roar.
Okay, I got him. I'm gonna knock the wind out of him as soon as he stops.
That's awesome. This buck has just got a huge body on him, you know, he's just completely massive. Yesterday was Thanksgiving, and we have many, many, many thanks in our lives. We have many blessings in our lives, and one of them is coming in fall hunting every year in Montana. Here we are in the eastern part of the state with J&J Guide Service with an absolutely magnificent buck.
For your next Montana hunt, contact Rich of J&J Guide Service at 715-820-0869 or on the web at www.jjguide.com.